Hey guys, so today I thought that I would do a video, and it's a new idea and I haven't seen this anywhere before, so you know, you can do it if you want to. It's basically my naughty and nice list for the books of 2016. So basically I took into account all of the books that I read in 2016 were not that many. I didn't have a lot to choose from. Normally I'd have a lot more choice and I'd have a lot harder time coming up with this list. But basically I took all the books I read from 2016 and I chose some that made it the naughty list, so books that I was disappointed by or books I just completely despised. And then I took books that I absolutely adored and that didn't disappoint me, and I put that in the nice list. So it's kind of like Santa Claus's naughty and nice list, but I made it for books that I've read this year. So you guys can do it and interpret any way that you want to. This is just how I am planning on doing it, so let's get started with the naughty list. So the first book on my naughty list is Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. That book, guys, it was so bad. It was so boring and I just really didn't like it, and I had such high hopes for it because I'd heard such great things, but I honestly just couldn't do it. I read the book, but I couldn't even finish the movie. I watched like half an hour and I was just like, no. I don't even think I watched half an hour. Maybe even, I think I watched like 10 minutes and I had to turn it off. Mainly because I didn't like the actors and I just didn't like the story, and Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist was just a huge letdown, and I'm really upset that I gave it the light of day, and I can't believe I even read it all the way through. And the last book on the naughty list, yes, I only have 2 books for the naughty list because, like I said, I didn't read that many books this year. It was like 20 something, and most of them were really good. So the last book on my naughty list is Bitten by Kelly Armstrong. I didn't hate this book. It just was not what I was expecting. I absolutely love Kelly Armstrong as an author and as a person. I've met her. She is so lovely and so nice. But this book, I feel like, just wasn't really for me. I didn't realize that it was a erotic thriller because I didn't read that. I didn't realize that it said an erotically charged thriller. I didn't read that when I bought it. I was just way too excited that I saw this at Value Village, and I was like, I need it. And so I bought it, and I also have the second book, and I did like it. I gave it like a 3 out of 5 stars, 3.5 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy it. It was just, there were some moments that were kind of boring. I was kind of weirded out by the erotic parts. I don't mind sex scenes at all. You know, it's a part of life. I don't mind it. I don't mind reading about it. Just not like this. It was a little bit too detailed for my liking, and it kind of made me uncomfortable, the things that they were doing and the way that she described them. But, you know, all of that aside, it was an okay book. There were some choices that the main character Elena made that I just didn't really agree with. She cheated on her boyfriend, which I just was not okay with, and I felt like she could have just handled some stuff a lot better. But overall, I enjoyed the story. It was pretty interesting. I do still plan on reading the second book at some point. I don't really know when, but at some point I do plan on reading it. But this book was just kind of a letdown. I think I just had my expectations way too high, and I just was not expecting for this book to be what it actually was. So on my nice list, the first book is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. I absolutely adore this book. I don't own it yet. I borrowed it from a friend, but this book was absolutely amazing. It was one of my most anticipated books of the year because Morgan Matson is one of my favorite authors, and it did not disappoint whatsoever. Clark is my new fictional boyfriend. I think I like him more than I liked Frank from Since You've Been Gone. I love him so much. He was adorable, and the fact that he was a writer just made everything so much more perfect, and I absolutely adored this book, and I'm gonna get it soon. I'm gonna buy it, or I asked for it for Christmas, and maybe I'll get it for Christmas. I really want this book because I want to be able to see it every single day, and I love it so much. The next book on my nice list is another Morgan Matson book, and it is Second Chance Summer. I can't believe that it took me so long to get around to this book, and it kind of makes me angry that it took me that long. This book, guys, I think this was one of the last books that I read this year, which is bad because that was in August. But it was just so beautiful. It made me cry, and then it would make me laugh, and just thinking about it, I'm tearing up. But I remember I read this on my Oregon road trip, and I was reading it on the way home, and I remember we were almost home, and I got to the end, and I just full on sobbed. I don't even think I cried this hard in The Fault in Our Stars. I just full on sobbed. I knew it was coming. You know, you could tell it was coming throughout the whole entire book, and it just came, and I just didn't want it to happen, and it happened, and I just sobbed. I full on sobbed, and I was hysterical, and my mom had to try and find a tissue or a napkin for me to blow my nose on to wipe my tears away, because I just could not stop crying. I was an absolute mess. My whole family was so amused by how upset I was. I cried so much in this book, not only at the end, but just throughout the whole entire book, because, you know, it's sad. The whole book is so sad at parts, but it's also really, really happy. And there would just be like these sad little things thrown in there that would just make me cry. I absolutely loved Taylor, and Henry was adorable. I ship them so hard, and I just really enjoyed this book. I really enjoyed this book. It's so hard to pick a favorite Morgan Matson book because all of them are just so damn good, but this book was pretty good. It was pretty good. The next book on my nice list this year is The Fill-In Boyfriend by Casey West. I bought this book from Value Village, and I was like, you know what, I'm excited about this book. I'm not really expecting that much from it. You know, I just thought it would be a nice fluffy contemporary that I could just read really quickly, and it was. It totally was, but I was not expecting to love it as much as I did. It's wonderful, it's beautiful. I ship the main couple so hard, and reading this one book just made me want to pick up the rest of Casey West's books. She recently came out with a new book that I just need to get my hands on, but I really enjoyed this book. But this book, it was just so cute, and it was just exactly what I wanted. It was fluffy, contemporary, and it was beautiful. And the last book on my nice list is Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. This book, guys, was so freaking good. I was not really in a reading mood. My eyes were hurting, and I got this book like a week and a half late. I had pre-ordered it, and I got it a week and a half late in the mail, and I literally just read it. I devoured it. It took me a few days to read it, but I pretty much devoured it, and I just loved it so much. I have a book review up for this book if you guys want to go check that out. I got all dressed up like a shadow hunter, and it was fun. That was a fun video to make. But this book was just so freaking good, and I'm so excited for the next book, Lord of Shadows. But this book, it made me like laugh, and it made me cry, and it made me fangirl to no end. I think I hurt my wrist while fangirling. I can't even explain to you what Cassandra Clare does to me when I read her books, but this book was just phenomenal, and it definitely deserves to be on my nice list this year. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys can go ahead and make your own naughty and nice list this year for the books that you read or the books that came out this year. Or you can even probably spin it to be for books you're excited for next year or books that you're not looking forward to. I don't know. You can do it in general. You could do your favorite books of all time on the nice list and your least favorite books of all time on the naughty list. You can probably spin this any way that you want to, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!